an unusual break between my last stream. Unfortunately, I forgot my power was going to be out on the Sunday that after I streamed the beginning of Chapter 5. So apologies for that. But I'm here now. I'm not sure how I'm going to be tackling the next chapter. I feel like I want to do the entire Chapter 6 on one weekend. Because there's probably going to be a lot to remember. So I may not stream that tomorrow. I might stream something else, but I'm honestly still torn on whether I should go the Zero Escape route or Ace Attorney. Like, Ace Attorney is much more this in gameplay style, but Zero Escape is a lot more Danganronpa in tone, from what I understand. So, yeah, I'm not... I might do Ace Attorney. But I need to make sure that that's all installed and I can play it. But, yeah, so I might do something tomorrow. It's tentative, though. Anyway. Let's get back into this. Because, oh, some shit fucking happened. Okay. Yeah, I mean, let's just get into it. Although, before I start, one of the things I realized is that this is one of the... There's a few cases where you don't know a lot about what's transpired. Usually there's enough context to be like, oh, I see, someone used this sort of opportunity to kill someone else, right? And there's minutiae that you aren't privy to, obviously, because otherwise it would be really simple to figure out. But this is one of the cases where, like, we just turned up and there was a body. There's this really vague circumstance of, like, Kokichi having kidnapped Kaito, but beyond that, like, what the fuck even transpired here? And I expect that I will either figure that out as we go or during the trial, so I don't know. But here we go. There's a sleeve sticking out of the press. It's definitely Kaito's coat sleeve. In that case, the victim must be... I don't want to do it, but I have to raise the press to inspect the body. Oh, so, yeah, we probably don't get to investigate that just yet. What is this? A blood stain? There's a faint trail of blood leading to the press, a swipe pattern, as if dragged. It looks like it's coming from the bathroom. This blood stain suggests something was dragged from the bathroom to the press. Smart ass... Oh, no. That's gone. God, that joke's just... Fuck. These controls move the hydraulic press. It can go up, down, and stop. I should be able to press the up button to raise the press and check the body. I don't want to see a crushed body, no matter who it is. But I have to do it.
Alright.
I have to know. I made up my mind, took a breath, and pressed the button. Huh? It's not moving. I pressed the button a few more times, but the press still wouldn't move.
Why?
Strange. It moved when I pressed it last time. After looking around the press, I found... the power cord is cut. I see. There's no power, so the hydraulic press won't move. This can't be coincidence. The power cord was cut on purpose. This must be the work of the culprit. In that case, we won't be able to check the body. I'm honestly a little relieved, but I shouldn't say that out loud. I should take another look at the controls. There must be some clue here. In addition to the control buttons, there's an emergency stop button. The press would have stopped instantly if you used this. Well, if the culprit were planning this murder, they'd have no use for it. What concerns me more is the safety function. Yeah, this is going to be something I was going to talk about after this. That's right, this hydraulic press should have had a safety function. If the infrared sensor detects a living thing, the press stops automatically. Well, it didn't stop when Kibo tried before. If the sensor detected a person, the safety should have stopped the press automatically. Stop automatically, huh? Safety function. One of the things I was gonna say, cutting the power cord seems to imply that revealing the, can I actually look at that? No. It seems to imply that, moving the press up would actually reveal something that the culprit doesn't want to see, which makes me even more suspicious about, like, who this is. Again, like, from speculation before, I reckon it's not Kaito. Like, I think Kokichi is the one who died here. But... well, like, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, well, if it was Kaito and his sleeve was out, yeah, that would make sense, right? But then it's like, well, hang on. Someone could have known that that's the case, and if we find that, then we'd assume that it's Kaito. So it must be Kokichi. But if someone knew that we'd assume it was Kaito, and therefore think it was Kokichi, then maybe it's actually Kaito that... like, it's very unclear. Because, like, Kokichi is really fucking smart. Like, I don't like him, but he's very clearly very smart and good at this shit. And so, like, I don't know if Kaito is really capable of it, but he's worked with Shuichi enough that, like, maybe some of that brushed off to the point he'd also think about doing something like that. But the question becomes, why? Like, why obfuscate that from us? Like, what is there to gain from that? That's the bit that I don't get. Looks like a machine used to paint exosols. It smells kind of like paint thinner. It looks the same as before, probably not related to the case. Alright. I'm going to assume the washing machine's also not part of this. This looks like a car wash. I imagine it's for cleaning the exosols. Doesn't look like it's been used in a while. I don't see any clues. Yeah, okay. Before we go to the bathroom, let's clear the other wall. It's a panel that controls the alarm system and electronic barrier. I don't see any reason to turn them back on, though. Okay. This one's open. There's an exosol right in the middle of the hangar. The hatch is open as well. The cockpit is exposed. So this is how it looks on the inside, huh? It's small, but big enough for one person. Hi, Monokuma. Huh? The hatch is open? How strange. Only the Monocubs can turn off the electronic lock and open the hatch. Huh? Only the Monocubs can open the hatch? Normally, the Monocubs are the only ones who can pilot the exosols. Normally being the key word. Because of that electro hammer thingy, the electronic lock is all screwed up. Have you mentioned this to anyone else? Nope, no one's asked me about it either. And even if I had been asked, it would have been irrelevant information to you anyway. Not necessarily. Electronic lock on the hatch that only the Monocubs can disable. Which must be why only the Monocubs can control the exosols. But if you could disable the lock, you could control the exosol. Hatch's electronic lock. Red exosole is completely still.
Hey, Shuichi.
Shuichi, it's dangerous there. If you go near that thing, you might get torn apart.
No.
No, it shouldn't move anymore. Not without the Mono Cubs or Kokichi. Yeah. So it's just a pile of scrap then?
Hey!
Jeez, don't scare me like that.
With my magic.
Maybe I should just tear this hunk of junk apart with my magic.
Ah.
But I suppose that if Kokichi was alive, he could move at any time by remote? Why did you say so sooner? That is, if Kokichi is alive. But that remote control Kokichi has for the exosols, what is it exactly? Does he have that because he's the mastermind? Oh, and yeah, this is the other thing. Like, I'm of the opinion that Kokichi is absolutely not the mastermind. Because that one line he said when we were viewing the outside world would make 0 sense if he was the mastermind. Or, okay, maybe not 0 sense, but I have a hard time believing he doesn't have a way to just stop the killing game. Because he even implied it in that conversation. Anyway, I'm going over shit I've gone over before. This is the bathroom. Now that I think about it... No, I'm locked up in this bathroom, but Kokichi's just outside that door. This is a place where Kaito was imprisoned. Kaito might have left some kind of clue here.
No.
No, he didn't leave anything. He might not be dead. Anyway, I should investigate inside. Huh. These are there are arrows on the floor of the bathroom. 3 in total, and blood on all of them. What is this? What happened here? What the fuck? How did Kaito get a... Wait, how is there a crossbow in here? That's one of Maki's, isn't it? Crossbow. This is... one of the crossbows from Maki's lab. Why is this here? Glass bottle. Well, that's convenient. There's a small bottle in the corner of the bathroom. It's empty.
I remember correctly.
I feel like I've seen this before. This label has blood all over it. I can't read it completely, but I can see the word poison.
Could it be...
And if it is poison, this bottle must be something from your lab. Yeah, taken from my lab. I don't know who brought this here. But it definitely has something to do with this case. Small empty bottle. Ugh. A blood stain. A puddle of blood in the center of the room and a swipe pattern from there to the door. Well, not a swipe pattern. It looks more like someone was bleeding and moving. What could this mean? Blood stain in the bathroom. Well, I mean... Oh, there's the black case. I didn't even see that. Oh, this case. Oh, what's in that black case over there? As if backing away from the conversation, Kaito headed to the far shelf. What's in it? Is it some kind of weapon? This is the case from before, right? So someone gave Kaito the case? So, hold on. Something... Okay. Clearly there was a struggle in here, and it... gonna assume it involved the crossbow. So, someone gave Kaito the crossbow. Kaito's the only one that can actually, like, well, between Kokichi and Kaito, Kaito is the only one we know can construct that thing from being completely, in pieces. And clearly some crossbow arrows were shot. But who... Like, I would assume Kaito would have the upper hand in this situation because, like, Kokichi probably didn't know that he had a crossbow. I don't think he'd ever think that, to be honest, but... It's not entirely clear. Small window for ventilation. This is... Well, like, sorry. It seems pretty straightforward, but... the same window from before. Something on my screen. Small window, and it doesn't open all the way. No one would be able to fit through here. I suppose if someone could fit through, Kaito would have escaped by now. Perhaps it's too small for a person, but an object could fit through. Yeah, so someone probably passed the... Alright, I've finished investigating the bathroom. There were more clues than I thought there'd be, and one is particularly concerning. And the poison... Oh no. Why is the crossbow from Maki's lab in here? And there are 3 bloody arrows. These arrows are definitely for the crossbow, but why are all 3 bloodied? And that bottle of poison, what could that have been used for? Well, I mean, naively, someone dipped the arrows in the poison. But depending on what poison it is, that's either completely useless or insanely deadly. There's still so much I don't know. This case looks like it's going to be tricky. I must admit, I always love these, like, final... Whoa, what? Tsumugi? What did you do?
Okay.
Jeez.
So useless. We probably he probably shouldn't have even gone out of his way to give it to us. Oh, that was actually decent dialogue. Hang on, let me go back. I thought that was a repeat. The Monokuma file this time barely has any information in it. Yeah, it won't be much use to us. It's so useless, you probably shouldn't have given it to us. It's fine, it's fine. Mascot's appearance at a murder scene brings a sense of relief and peace of mind. Ah. It's almost like what I was saying before about Monokuma coming back in to remind you that, hey, this is a video... or, sorry, not a video game, but, hey, this is a killing game. This is for someone's enjoyment. Or maybe other people's despair, but... It's almost like I was right about that. Well, he popped out.
Jeez.
What an attention hog. Of course I want attention. I'm the mascot, for crying out loud. And yet, I've appeared fewer times than that plain Jane Tsumugi over there. Wow! Listen, I know she's, like, obsessed with the fact that she's plain, but you don't need to... Wait, has Monokuma appeared more than Tsumugi? That's impossible. I don't know if the fact that I don't know the answer to that question speaks to how plain she is or not. It'd be false advertising if I didn't appear as often as I can, you know. Okay, bye. Advertising? What advertising?
No.
Ignore it. Let's just focus on the investigation.
Yeah.
Hang on, is that the first time? No. There was definitely times in Danganronpa 1 where, like, he broke the fourth wall and people were like, what the fuck? What? What does that mean? I was gonna say, like, if that was the first time someone acknowledged, like, the fourth wall breaking, I would have been like, wait, what? But no, and I'm almost certain... Oh no, there was definitely some in Danganronpa 2 as well. There's an exisal right in the middle of the hangar. Wait, this... Okay, hold on. I'm not crazy, right? That exisal was not standing where Tsumugi was before, right? I'm, like, the way the camera is focusing right now... Is that a bug? This is how it looks like from the inside, but big enough for one person. Only one can try to lock. Yep. So, but on the other hand, if you could disable the lock, you could control the exosol. What? It moved. It was back here with like in line with the other exosol. I think there are still things here to investigate. Really? Like what? I mean, sure, I can... we couldn't move the press up. Oh. I didn't examine the press itself, I guess. The hydraulic press is down, and there's blood in the area. If we use this to lift up the hydraulic press, we should be able to check the body. But the power cord has been cut. The press won't move. In that case, we won't be able to check the body. That body. Right, that's what we saw before. Is there something about this I should be able to... But power cord is cut. With no power, the press itself won't move. I'm certain that was done intentionally. This must be the work of the culprit. In that case, we won't be able to check the body. In addition to the control buttons, there's an emergency stop button. The press would have stopped instantly if you used this. Well, if the culprit were planning this murder, they'd have no use for it. What concerns me more is the safety function. Stop automatically, huh? But that... Oh, I guess I haven't talked to Himiko yet.
What?
What? I don't want to talk to you right now, okay? The way you are now, you might start accusing people because you can't believe Kaito's death.
No.
No, that's not...
Cut it out.
I don't want to hear your excuses. Or anything else. Just don't talk to me. If you keep bugging me,
Great, huh?
I'll give you afro hair with my magic. She's awfully stubborn. Is she that suspicious of everything now? Or is there a reason she doesn't want to talk to anyone? Alrighty then. What else is there to... Like, what else is there to look at? We looked at these two things. We looked at both exosols. We talked to Tsumugi. We looked at the operation panel. We looked at the bit of clothing, but, like, we didn't make any... Oh, maybe that's it. Because this kind of led us to go, okay, let's try and get the body up. Or get the press up. There's a sleeve sticking out of the press. It's definitely Kaito's coat sleeve. In that case, the victim must be... No, that hasn't been determined yet. I need to investigate further. It looks like the left sleeve sticking out of the hydraulic press. Only the sleeve is sticking out. No part of the victim's body is visible. Were they crushed completely? So that only the sleeve remains? Huh? What's this? The sleeve has a single small hole in it. A hole in the sleeve. What could this be? Kaito's coat. Oh, there we go. I suppose that's about all the information I can deduce from the hydraulic press. I can't check the body, so I don't have many clues to work with. I'll have to find more clues elsewhere. It's about all I can investigate here in the hangar. There are still questions. The truth is still far out of reach. I still can't deduce who the victim is. I need more clues. I should investigate other areas. I should start with the areas around the hangar. Yeah, that sounds sensible. The alarm system is off. It must be affected by the electro bomb.
All right.
I should investigate this place thoroughly. There must be some clues around here. Actually, that's weird. I know Kaito has, like, one sleeve out, right? Which, okay, so naively, yeah, it's possible that a sleeve is sticking out of the, hydraulic press, if, you know, he was crushed, right? But the hole in his sleeve had blood on it, and generally speaking, you would, like, I guess you could have put blood on it, but, like, at least at the surface, that seems like he was shot in the arm he keeps in the sleeve. Which then doesn't make sense that that's the sleeve that would be out without, like, any body parts in it. Because that's not how crushing a body would work. Yeah, also this. This is a control panel that controls the electric barrier protecting the hangar. We hit it with an electro hammer, so it isn't operating right now.
That's true.
That's right. What are these marks here? It looks as if it's been struck by something sharp. What could these be? Wait. How were they even able to damage this in the first place? Getting near the control panel should cause the alarm to go off. You have to turn off the alarm before you even get close. Huh. That's a good point. So how did the person who did this get near the control panel? Hangar's front shutter. Okay. Hi, Kipo. I think I'm starting to feel a little better now. I'm sorry to worry you, Shuichi.
Okay.
I was a bit worried. I'm glad you're feeling better. There was something I needed to ask Kibo. Hey, Kibo, before we went into the hangar this morning, you said... So I went to the hangar last night and tried to talk to him. You tried to talk to him on your own? I'm sorry, I thought it would be preferable for him to release Kaito peacefully. How did it go? It went about as well as I expected. There was no response at all. But I did witness a few things. You said that you witnessed a few things. What exactly did you see? Ah, yes. Since we were in a hurry, I only told you about the exosol returning to the hangar. Yeah, you said that exosols could pass through the alarm system and barrier to the hangar.
Yes.
I never imagined something like this would happen, so I didn't mention it before. But before I saw the exosol, I saw someone heading toward the hangar.
Huh?
You saw someone? I saw Himiko. Excuse me?
I was in my lab trying to think of what I should write to convince Kokichi.
What?
That's when I saw her walking toward the hangar, clutching something in her hands. I think it was a black bag. A black bag?
At the time, I assumed she was going there to examine things or plead with Kokichi, and since she came back later, I didn't think much of it. But after seeing her reaction this morning, I started to get a little suspicious. What? What did you see?
Why?
She was acting like she had something to hide. It's not that I want to suspect her.
You're right.
True, it is suspicious.
Hey!
You said you saw her come back as well. Was she holding that bag at the time?
Well,
Now that I think about it, she didn't. So she had it coming in, but not leaving. It has to be. That black bag Himiko was carrying was... By the way, this is a little off topic, Shuichi, but... Huh? What is it?
as I thought.
The reason I wasn't feeling well may have been due to the electro bomb. But it was because of the electromagnetic particles, not because I'm a robot. So what I experienced was akin to an allergic reaction, such as hay fever. So it could have affected a human the same way. Being a robot had nothing to do with it. Yeah, I don't know about that. Like, Kibo, I know, like, after being almost crushed by the hydraulic press probably shook you a bit in terms of, like, oh god, I'm really a robot, but...
Okay.
Right. That must be it. So that thing Himiko said was bothering him. He really is a bit too sensitive. I mean, I don't blame him. He has a struggle with personhood that literally no one else in the cast would have. So, like, I think we can give him the benefit of the doubt there. Can I examine this from out here? This is the bathroom window. This is the hangar's only window, and it's not possible to fit through. That means the only way to get into this hangar is through the shutter. Okay. It's not a bullet, but something to establish, I guess. Yeah, what the fuck is up with these guys? The Exosol isn't showing any signs of moving. Kokichi's alive. He can use his remote to... he can use his remote control to move them as he pleases. But that remote control Kokichi has for the Exosols... What is it exactly? Does he have that because he's the mastermind? And I would assume that examining... Oh, hello. The Exosol isn't showing any signs of moving. Kokichi's alive. He can use his remote control to move them as he pleases. There is an electro hammer here. There's an electro hammer here. But why? And it's out of power. Must have been used. But used for what? But be careful, the Electro Hammer runs out of battery pretty quickly. So if you use it against an Exosol, it'll run out of juice with just one shot. Got it?
If I remember correctly...
If the Electro Hammer's power is expended, it requires 24 hours to recharge. We know that for certain. I remember the site I saw yesterday. Exosol's protecting Monokuma for some reason. Kokichi said he was the mastermind. The Exosol should have been around him. So why were they still protecting Monokuma? And 4 of them too? I still feel like they were guarding him, to be honest. Or like, yeah, keeping watch of him, not protecting him. I suppose I was so caught up thinking about Kokichi, I ignored Monokuma. Whoa. Pay attention! Listen up! Take heed, I say! Monokuma? It's just... I noticed that you came this way last night, Shuichi. Huh? You were acting all sneaky, weren't you? Like a teenage boy trying to creep into the adult movie section of the video store. But you didn't need to sneak around, because the Exosols wouldn't have attacked you. What are you saying? We didn't have to sneak... Because everyone's coming to rent adult movies, so in a way, everyone going there is the same... No, not that. I meant about the Exosols not attacking us. Oh, at that time, the Exosols were on autopilot and direction to only observe me. Their movements were more limited now that the Monocubs aren't around to pilot them. Autopilot? You mean the remote control that Kokichi has? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So the Exosols were being controlled by Kokichi's remote control. But they were focusing on Monokuma? It's almost like he's not the mastermind. Why are you telling me all of this? This puts the person controlling you at a disadvantage. But we're not talking about that, we're talking about this. Even if it puts someone at a disadvantage, the class trial must always be fair. The person who shared that info with me didn't seem interested in sharing it with you guys. So you share it instead. That way, it'll be fair to all the participants. So someone else besides me knows this? Why wouldn't they share this information? That's all I can tell you. By the way, renting movies is so old school. It's more thrilling to illegally download them. It's like trying to get caught... It's like trying not to get caught by a big game hunter while holding your breath during sex. Uh-huh. This information about the Exosols could be a clue to solving this case. I should remember this. Exosols protecting Monokuma. God, I wish I could remember what colors were here, because now it seems like someone came in here, used the electro hammer to get into an Exosol, and if that's the case, there is a possibility that someone other than Kokichi and Kaito could have gotten into the hangar. Right? Because if the hangar's alarm system doesn't go off for Exosols, or actually I don't know if you can get into the hangar in an exisal without disabling the rest of it. Like, I guess you could fuck up the control panel and try, which would explain how the control panel is fucked up. But then what happens then? God, there's so much about this case that's, like, completely unknown, and I feel like almost everyone still alive has something to do with it now. I think that's it for the hangar? I've investigated thoroughly inside. I should check around the hangar now. Wait, was there something else I missed? Oh, shit. What did I miss? Did I not examine all of them, or... What exactly did I witness here? I know for certain that the exisals are being controlled by Kokichi's remote control, but why were they focusing on Monokuma? I got the electro hammer. I don't think there was anything else in here, right? Can I examine... Oh, maybe I had to examine the hangar door. Like, I would have thought that would have taken me back in there, but... The hangar shutter. Okay, yeah. There's a security alarm here. You have to use that alarm remote to disable it to get near the shutter. If you come near the shutter without the remote, a loud alarm would go off around the entire academy. We had to use an electro bomb to disable the sensor and the alarm. That's how we got into the hangar. It's not exactly a bomb, though, even if it is called an electro bomb. It jams electronic signals by scattering particles that interfere with electromagnetic waves. For 2 hours, any and all electronic devices within 50 yards will be completely disabled. It's perfect for any secret activities too, since it doesn't leave any debris behind. This invention is extraordinary, but I only have 3 of them. So I need to use them carefully. You guys will have to settle for the electro hammers. Now that I think about it, there were 3 electro bombs total. One was stolen by Maki, but what of the other 2? That's about all I was concerned with in the hangar, but I still don't have enough clues. There have to be more. The other places that might yield some clues are Maki's lab and my lab. Crossbow in the bathroom, the bottle of poison. Need to investigate those leads. I should also inspect the 3 exisals that were protecting Monokuma. Why were they protecting him in the first place? That might be related to the case as well. Although he just said 3, I'm almost positive that there were 4, unless he's referring to the number there is now. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave. Thank you. Right, so... Actually, we'll do a little bit of a walk and think about this. Like, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if this is one of those cases where, like, oh, we don't know anything about what happened, but everyone actually knows a little bit of what happened and how everything got to where it is. Though Himiko specifically being one of the people that, brought something to Kaito is super weird. Well, that didn't have the usual transition. That was weird. I am blanking. Wait, isn't Maki's lab on this floor? Oh no, it is on the 3rd floor. Okay. And this one did... That's weird. Okay. Yeah, I'm really curious about why Himiko... Like, maybe, it's possible that everyone was like, oh, fuck, well, we can't leave Kaito just sitting there, and each person individually had an idea of what to do. Which is why everyone was so eager to... Yeah, I don't know. I feel as though there are less weapons here than I remember. Alright, everyone's here. I hope you're all ready. Oh yeah, the ones in the gym. So you went to my lab yesterday to find weapons to use against Monokuma. It's because Kaito had them. I think we'll find that there is a black case missing. As I suspected, there are 2 black bags here, identical to the one in the hangar. They're cases for the crossbows. The crossbows are inside, but disassembled.
No.
It looks as if they don't fit in the case unless they're disassembled. But there are 2. When I was here with Kaito before, there was 3. There were 3 of them. And I'm sure that Kaito didn't have a crossbow with him.
That's true.
In that case, the crossbow in the hangar must have come from here, which means someone must have brought it to the hangar from here. But it's fairly difficult to put together a crossbow. I don't believe you'd be able to do it unless Maki taught you. I'll think more about that later. For now, I need to investigate. I mean, like, I guess I kind of already put part of that together, where I was like, hey, I wouldn't be surprised if Kaito was the one that put that together. Which means that he had the crossbow. Like, he must have shot it. Or I would hope he would have shot it. Kaito isn't the most reliable in some cases, but it feels like there are less weapons here than I remember. Oh, are we really just gonna... Yeah, okay. It's because Kaito had them. Yes, it's true. Look at all these guns. Even if they're all airsoft guns, it's a remarkable sight. Really? Not gonna comment that, like, none of them are missing? Alright. I guess that's all I needed. Now my lab. Or Shuichi's lab. Yeah, I mean, the case isn't... Well, the black case isn't really that, interesting a piece of evidence, because we kind of already knew that based on Kokichi, sorry, not Kokichi, Kibo's testimony. We have an idea that you know what? Is this still locked? Okay, sure. Sure. There's poisons on the table. That bottle of poison in the hangar. I need to confirm it came from here. There are a bunch of bottles on top of the desk. Did someone take them out? Knight's Hate Antidote, Harmlock Antidote, Arsenic Antidote. These bottles say antidote. Antidotes, huh? I didn't know these were here. According to the labels, each bottle is only 1 dose. And each one only works on a specific poison. Well, I suppose that makes sense. There are plenty different kinds of poison, so that must be true for antidotes. There are several bottles of poison lined up here. I haven't seen any poison outside of this lab, so the small bottle of poison I found must have come from here. Strike 9 poison. There's a little less liquid. There's a little less liquid inside this bottle than the others. The label says Strike 9 poison. This poison takes some time to spread, but even a small amount of it can be lethal. Although it requires time to circulate, even a small amount in the body will result in certain death. I can't imagine that there's a smaller amount in this bottle for no reason. This must be a clue. Strike 9 poison and antidotes. That is concerning. Disconcerting. None of these antidotes are for the Strike 9 poison. They're all for different poisons. What could that mean? Alright, I've investigated this room thoroughly. I didn't find any evidence to suggest Kaito isn't dead. On the contrary, there's plenty of evidence to suggest Kokichi isn't dead. Monokuma is still moving around and the killing game hasn't ended. I mean, like, maybe I'm jumping to conclusions, but it really seems like Kokichi's not the mastermind. And Kaito's clothes were in the hydraulic press, which means the victim must be
No.
No, it's too soon to be thinking like that. If I investigate a little more, I'll find something. There's still time. I should head back to the hangar. Perhaps I missed something. I should check again. Wait, really? Okay. Are we also going to ignore the fact that, like, there's specifically a table for, like, mixing this shit, or... I want to look at the bookshelf. Case files lined up for me to read. There's nothing off about them. They don't seem to be related. Okay, fair enough. Like, I trust the game to not kick or suggest leaving the room without every piece of evidence, but you can never be sure. Yeah, like, I feel like a lot of this is predicated on assuming that Kokichi is still the mastermind, and I know I'm going off, like, just one line initially, but, like, there seems to be more evidence now that, Kokichi isn't the mastermind. Because if he isn't the mastermind... Well, I mean, the killing game's still going, right? Well, okay, no. What? Let me back this up, then. So, where is it? Yeah, so the day before the body was discovered, the Exisal surrounded Monokuma in the courtyard. Oh, the Exisal surrounding Monokuma in the courtyard were given commands to observe his movements via the remote control Kokichi had. So this, along with his line before, tells me that he didn't have control over Monokuma. There is no reason for him to do this other than to make sure Monokuma doesn't do shit. And, like, we don't know the details of what observing his movements means. Like, does that mean Monokuma gets killed if that happens? Or are they just going to stop him from doing anything? Or will they just notify Kokichi? We don't know. Yeah, I think we're done with that. So yeah, like, this feels like another situation where, like, I've kind of reached one of the big conclusions already. Just because I'm like... Yeah, and it is based on, like, one line. But there seems to be mounting evidence that, like, hey, this might have been specifically to throw off the fact that Kokichi is dead. Yeah, So is this going to have the transition now? It did. That's so weird. Why didn't it have that before? Also, I don't know why I'm going back to the hangar. It feels like I should go to the dorms, actually, and look in Kokichi's room, maybe? But, like, I guess I'm being told to go to the... Yeah, going back to the hangar, so... But, like... Actually, hold on. Never mind. That's actually kind of a stupid thought. I don't suppose you can give me a hint on where I'm supposed to be going in here? Maybe someone is... Oh, Kibo's gone? Okay. Oh, Maki's back.
Shuichi!
Oh, Shuichi, can you come with me?
What happened?
Is something wrong? I found something strange in the bathroom. Please hurry. Okay. What are you talking about, Kibo? Hi, Maki. Maki, why is it so easy for you to believe Kaito is dead? What?
Hey.
Kibo, what are you looking at?
Yes.
Take a look at this. Is that Kokichi's clothes?
Huh?
These are Kokichi's clothes. It's soaked and wrinkled, but there's no doubt these are Kokichi's.
But
Where did you find this? I didn't see it when I was investigating the bathroom. And why are they soaked? Well, the toilet seemed clogged, so I reached my hand down the drain and pulled out these clothes. It looks like they couldn't be flushed all the way. Couldn't be flushed all the way. Why were these clothes in the toilet in the first place? Yes, it was very brave of me, and thanks to that, I managed to find an important clue. Oh, Jesus. What the fuck? That was so weird. The way the picture tilted back, like actually legit, like, made me jump for a second, because I was like, oh, what the fuck is happening? But it's because, like, Kibo is suddenly, like, taking charge of this situation because he found a clue. Oh, that's so cute. Now, Shuichi, please investigate this as much as you want.
okay.
Yeah. Clogging the toilet, huh? But this isn't the this isn't the time to hesitate. I mean, I guess you could have just automatically... Sure. Kokichi's clothes found in the bathroom. If they were found in the toilet, someone must have tried to flush them. But who would do that?
What's the matter?
Is something the matter? Please investigate.
Okay.
Okay. The ultimate detective can't stop here. Yeah, like, I'd actually be curious to lay out his clothes and see if there's any, like, punctures like there was in Kaito's clothes. This has to be an important clue.
All right.
Alright. I made up my mind, grabbed Kokichi's soaked clothes, and spread them open. Huh? Ooh. There's a small hole in the back. And another small hole on the sleeve. This is about the same size as the one on Kaito's sleeve. There are traces of blood around the holes, too. What does this mean? Could mean that he was attacked. In that case...
No.
There's a chance Kokichi was the one crushed in the hydraulic press.
Thank you.
Kibo, thank you. Thank you. This is a very important clue.
Well,
Oh, I'm happy I was able to help, but I must decline shaking that hand of yours.
no.
Your hands aren't clean either, though. Yeah, you had your hand in the toilet. I had my hand on Kokichi's clothes. Like, come on, Kibo. But if Kokichi was the one crushed in the hydraulic press, where did Kaito go? Why not show himself? And why is this game still going, even though the mastermind is dead? But yeah, that is something I was wondering before, like... okay, even Kokichi, like, assuming he's not the mastermind, obviously, doesn't like the mastermind, doesn't like Monokuma. Or, no, that's not even true, actually. He likes the game, and he wants to win. Like, that's his, like, motivation at the moment, or just before all this shit went on. And I'm assuming at the moment that that is kind of like that his whole mastermind reveal is not true. That he's just leveraged a lot of the situation to be able to call himself the mastermind. So, in that sense, it could be it would make more sense that he, it would make more sense that he would create a scenario in which it's really confusing who's dead and try to win. But if we consider the opposite, and that Kokichi is the one that's dead, why would Kaito set it up like this? For it to be more difficult for us? That's the bit I don't quite get. Because if I'm right, then what Kaito is doing is just making it more difficult for everyone? Which would make more sense if Kokichi was doing it. If this is awkward, Shuichi, I can leave and give you some privacy. You're concerned about that? Kibo and I washed our hands in the sink and left the bathroom. Alright, cool. Fuck. The Exisol had a little animation of jumping out here now. Like, what's up with that? Hi, Samugi. Hey, it's almost time for the class trial to start, right? Was no one able to find Kokichi? I wonder. I haven't heard from anyone.
I see.
I wonder where he went off to. Did he disappear? He can't still be in the hangar. Or under there.
Could it be?
Shuichi, do you think the one who died was Kokichi? Huh?
Seems like
I mean, your face says you want to think that.
it's plain to see.
But I think that's just plain impossible. Kokichi's been manipulating us all from the start. I can't believe someone like that could be killed by Kaito. Maybe not by himself, but we've already established that, like, at least one person... Actually, hang on. Kibo didn't mention that Himiko was carrying, like, any poison. I don't know if that would be obvious, but I'm pretty sure also Himiko was holding the bag with both hands. Did someone else come here as well? Because we understand how the crossbow got there. We don't understand how the bottles got there. Well, I mean, I suppose it's possible that Himiko also had them with her and just, like, in a pocket or something. Oh, of course. I didn't mean to compliment Kokichi or make fun of Kaito or anything. I know. You're probably right. Tsumugi has a good point. I still don't have enough clues to conclude that Kokichi died. But I'm certain that one of them must have. Kokichi's disappearance. Fuck, that's it?
It's about that time.
Oh, fuck me. That's not... I thought I was gonna have a bit more of an investigation, because, like... I usually spare, like, just before the thing... just before the, trial to have lunch. Shit, what do I do? Hi, Kokichi Oma. How are you doing? Okay, Kokichi, level with me. You're not the mastermind, are you? I don't think you're the mastermind. Good. Good. Great. How are you doing, Kokichi? Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I'm watching you. Shit. Actually, I don't know what to do now. Because I was going to take a lunch break just before this, but this is, like, not nearly enough time to do that. Well, okay. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to quickly take, like, a 1-minute break here. I'm going to start cooking lunch, and then I'll come back. Then we'll do all of the preparation we can for the trial, and then I'll have lunch. Hopefully that'll be enough time to fill that. I don't know if it is going to be, but yeah. Anyway, I will be right back. Sure, but I need to tell you something. Actually, you know what? Tell me after I come back, because, like, I need as much time between now and then as there. So, I'll be right back, Kokichi. Oh, hang on. Should probably... there we go. Might help if I unmute myself. I'm back. So, what is it you wanted to say, Kokichi? Because now is the time.
That's right.
Oh, shit.
It's time for the class trial, where hope and despair meet head-on.
Actually, hang on. Is this the first time we've talked about hope and despair, too? Well, I guess the whole background and how this kind of relates to the, Ultimate Despair and the initial killing games and the whole hope and despair thing is kind of only just here. So it takes about 411 licks to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop, but 1 bite to get to the center of a child. I don't know what I expected. Anyway. Oh shit. I didn't mean to do that.
Please proceed to the Shrine of Judgment in the courtyard and head to the trial grounds.
I honestly don't know what I expected.
Be there. Got it? Anyone who's absent will be swiftly and permanently punished. I wonder what kind of despair awaits you this time.
Everyone needs to be there? So what? Okay, that seems to indicate that one of them is still alive. Anyway, good luck on your stream. I've got to sleep. Night. Thank you for stopping by, Kokichi. Hope you have a good night too. Kokichi Oma is now following. Oh no. But thank you. I do really appreciate that, and I hope you have a good night too. Lying little shit. That means Kokichi or Kaito, whoever is alive, will be there. At the trial, we'll know who the victim is. Actually, yeah, that... I hope they have a plan, because, like, just showing up to the trial is gonna reveal that, I think. And if that's the case, like, well, half of the mystery of this case is suddenly solved. And, like, they have to show up, otherwise they're basically gonna be killed. So... oh boy. This isn't everyone, right? Oh, okay. I don't actually think this is the case because, like, Monokuma is, like, clearly indicating that someone's still alive. What if it was a murder-suicide? That would be fucking nuts. This isn't everyone, right? Kaito and Kokichi aren't here.
What's the point?
I bet Kokichi is already there.
You bastard.
As the mastermind of the killing game, he's waiting for us to arrive.
No.
We don't know that yet. There's still a chance Kaito is alive.
Do you want to die?
Cut it out. Do you want to die? Maki!
Well,
This is a battle between hope and despair. If I show any weakness like you are, then I know I'll lose to despair. Lose to despair?
you don't know?
6 of us will participate and 1 of us will die after this class trial. Then only 5 will be left. Only 5. That's right. We're the only ones left.
That's obvious.
But we can't lose to despair. Even if we have no future, we need to win. But that is the whole point of this class trial. I will defeat Kokichi, no matter what I have to sacrifice. No matter what she has to sacrifice. Are you sure about that, Maki? Is that what you call hope? Ooh. Oh. Okay. I'm super curious if Shuichi is going to end up in a almost anti-Hope. They're positioning him right now as being like, really, that's Hope to you? And I don't know if that's going to be a, no, Shuichi actually knows what true hope is, or no, hope isn't what's getting us through this. Because he's always been about searching for the truth. Like, oh man, I'm really interested to see where this goes, but I'm getting way ahead of myself. I know that we can't lose to despair, but something is wrong. Something doesn't feel right. I wonder what Kaito would say at a time like this. What would he say to us? If it was Kaito. Actually, I probably should have talked to them to, like, waste some time before I get there, because I'm waiting for my lunch to, cook, but... oh well. Water just clipping through the platform, as usual. We didn't say a word to one another. Silent as a tomb, we stepped into those open doors. We had lost the will to live, knowing what we know about the outside world. But somehow, despite that despair, we have found a new reason to live. To win the battle between hope and despair. But now, what do we know? We don't know what hope means to us anymore. What is hope? A burden you bear? As those thoughts pierced my mind, I suddenly stopped. I can't think about things like that anymore. The only thing I need to think about is survival. So...
That's nice.
a battle like this takes me back. After all, hope and despair are natural enemies. Yes, this is truly a magnificent theme. Only esteemed works of fiction have themes as magnificent as this. Here we go, breaking the fucking fourth wall again. Anyway, where's Kokichi? Why isn't he here? Maki was right. The person who should be here isn't. Well, I'll tell you once the trial starts. What's going on? What are you scheming now? It doesn't matter what Kokichi is scheming. This is the final battle between hope and despair. It all ends here. Kokichi can twist and violate the rules all he likes, but will never give up. Hope will never submit to despair. Oh, for the love of... No rules have been violated. Not on my watch, you know.
Shut up.
Whatever. Hurry up and start. We'll end it with this class trial. We'll defeat the remnants of despair, no matter what. So get ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it. Now, let's get started. Mix equal parts life and death, add a dash of lies and truth, bake it in fires of conflict. And when it's golden brown and bubbling, you have yourself a truly decadent class trial. And once more, we face the class trial. Was the one who died Kaito or Kokichi? I can't say for certain, but I still believe Kaito wouldn't die so easily. I don't know why I believe that so strongly. Ooh, he's in purple, but I will fight to prove it. I will fight with everyone. To grasp the hope on the other side of this truth. I will fight. I will fight in this trial of truth and lies. Actually, now that I think about it, from a purely thematic perspective, it's really weird that the it's really weird that the subject of truth and lies comes up a lot before now. And suddenly, everyone in the game is positioning this as hope and despair, but Kokichi is still bringing it back to truth and lies. Like, I wonder if they're going to challenge that dichotomy in its totality, instead of just saying hope or despair, or creating hope like it was in... Oh, fuck. I don't even want to say a theme of D2, because I feel like I'm going to fuck it up at this point. It's been a long time since I went that deep on it, but, yeah. Okie dokie. I do actually have some stuff to do here, because we got some new stuff, if I remember correctly. We have a lot more points to work with too. High tension. The tension gauge will increase at a faster rate. Effective during argument armament. I don't really care about that. Yeah, that was always good. Removes the time penalty for breaking non-erasable pieces. Effective during imagination excavation. Didn't really find that a problem. Makes it easier to push the opponent back during the blade lock. Switches to a better car with higher top speed and better acceleration. Hell yeah, I'll do that. Increases the amount of letter cubes that can be acquired at once. The entire screen will light up more frequently during Hangman's Gambit. The keyword in the first speaker's argument will be shown from the start. No, I don't really want that. Instantly silences loud voices. Mind's Eye reveals V-points. What did we get from, We bought something from the casino, but I can't remember what the fuck it was. Maybe it was the, Twin 6. Maybe? I don't know. Dilute. Actually, let's go through all the ones that I can use. Not enough slots. Supernatural Phenomenon. While concentrating, the reticle will automatically move over weak points. I don't care about that. And then we're back to the top again. I'll get that as well. Why not? After enough time, the correct truth bullet will be shown. That's broken as fuck. While concentrating... Yeah, we already got that. Neural liberation. The focus gauge drains slower while concentrating and during fever time. I can't unlock that anymore. Fuck. Oh well. I think I prefer more focus, to be honest. Yeah, and that's pretty much all we can do at this point. Alright, let's look at our bullets. The victim's body was discovered in the hangar where the exosol is stored. The victim was crushed by a hydraulic press. For this reason, their remains cannot be identified. Bloodstain that is smeared from the hangar's bathroom to the hydraulic press as though something was dragged. The hydraulic press's controls are a short distance away from the device itself. There are two buttons labeled up and down. It also features a safety function. The body was crushed by the hydraulic press and is unidentifiable. The hydraulic press's safety function causes it to stop when its infrared sensor detects a living thing. The two exosols at the scene of the crime. One was in storage with its cockpit closed. The other was in the middle of the hangar with its hatch open and its cockpit exposed. There is enough space in the cockpit for one person. There is an electronic lock on the hatch that only the monocubs can open. Found on the floor of the hangar's bathroom. The tips of all 3 arrows are wet with blood. The disassembled crossbow from the Ultimate Assassin's research lab. It was stored in a large black case. It was complicated to assemble and would be difficult for anyone who wasn't taught how. Found in the corner of the bathroom, the label is stained with blood, so the only visible word is poison, determined to have come from the Ultimate Detective's research lab. A small puddle of blood in the middle of the hangar's bathroom. Smaller blood stains were found leading to the door out of the bathroom. A case that had a disassembled crossbow in it. The crossbow does not fit in the case unless it is disassembled. A window roughly 8 inches wide, although it's too small for a person, an object could fit through. I wonder if Himiko could actually fit through that. I didn't actually think of that before, but like she is the... Well, I mean, 8 inches is... No, 8 inches is ridiculously small. That even she, being tiny as she is, probably couldn't fit in there. Maybe Ryoma, but... When the body was discovered, only the left sleeve was sticking out from the hydraulic press. A single small hole can be seen where the sleeve is sticking out. It is protected, hangar's front shutter. It is protected by an electric barrier, and if someone approaches it, an alarm will sound throughout the academy. The alarm can be disabled with the alarm remote. The control panel for the electric barrier is next to the shutter. It has marks on it, as though it was struck by something sharp. Kibo's account. The night before the body was discovered, Himiko was seen going to the hangar and coming back before the exosols returned. She had a black bag with her on the way there, but she didn't have it when she came back. Used electrohammer. Found on the ground near the 3 exosols in the cyber courtyard. Electrohammers can disable any electronic device they're used on. However, they run out of power very quickly, and a single use on an exosol will completely drain an electrohammer. After being drained, they require 24 hours of charging to be usable again. Exosols protecting Monokuma. The day before the body was discovered, the exosols surrounding Monokuma in the courtyard were given commands to observe his movements via the remote control Kokichi had. Electrobomb. When used, it scatters particles that interfere with electromagnetic waves, rendering electronic communication and sensors unusable. Lasts for about 2 hours and covers an area about 50 yards. Each can only be used once. Of the 3 that were made, Kokichi had 2 and Maki had 1. Poison. There are many poisons lined up on the shelves in the Ultimate Detective's research lab. Out of all of them, only the Strike 9 poison bottle had less poison in it. It takes some time for Strike 9 to fully take effect, but it is 100% fatal, even if a small amount enters the body. Kokichi's clothes. Found stuffed in the bathroom. Found stuffed in the toilet in the hangar's bathroom. Small holes were found in the back and on one... Wow, words. Small holes were found in the back and on one sleeve. Both holes had traces of blood around them. No one had seen Kokichi during the entire investigation or up until the start of the class trial. Right. Oh yeah, Himiko's... Yeah. Cool. Oh no, there's still more. What else did I get? I didn't think I got anything, did I? Oh no. What is that? Rice toy blocks. Toy blocks made of rice, so they're safe for babies to put in their mouths, but they'll go bad if they aren't eaten right away. And I'm assuming this is the, yeah, Rantaro's, theme.
Looking forward to it.
Oh, fuck it. We'll change it up. Ooh, yeah, you know what? I like this better than, I like this better than Miyu's. Sorry. But, yeah, I like the color layout. I like the color scheme of this way better. Okay. Unified against the mastermind Kokichi, the students must survive a class trial without knowing the murderer or the victim. An unpredictable trial begins. Even the game is being like, hey, Kokichi is the mastermind. And I'm still kind of like, I don't think so. Voyage without passion or purpose. I completely forgot about the title of this thing. So it is still way too early to have. Well, actually, no. I'll check on lunch first, and I feel like I can fill that time. But yeah, like I really don't want to start the trial now that I've started cooking, because like I don't want to interrupt the trial not at the intermission. Seems like a bad idea. All right, I will be right back. Alright, so that definitely needs some more time. So yeah, like, I was having a thought, before about, the thematics of this stuff. So, like, I would have to watch the, like, last trials of the last two games again. But if I remember correctly, like, the first game is really hope versus despair and nothing else, right? The final case was a question to the people playing the game and also the characters within it. How do you have hope where the world is filled with nothing but despair? Like, if you go out there in the outside world, it's shit. Despair has consumed it. How do you have hope in the face of that? And the answer to that pretty much is, well, we can still have hope, because hope and despair are bred from one another. There can only be strong hope when there is a lot of despair, and there can only be despair where there once was hope, right? So the idea is that you can bring that hope out of it. You can create that, or you can revive hope without that necessarily. The second game bucked the dichotomy a little bit, where it was kind of like it was more about the future, right? Whereas number one was like, okay, hope and despair. How do you have hope in the face of despair? The second was like, well, hold on. How can you have a future if you're... How can you necessarily... Oh, no, hang on. Sorry, let me back up. Because, fuck, I forget his name now. I always forget the Danganronpa 2 protagonist's name. Fuck. He is presented with, like... He ends up rejecting... He ends up rejecting the whole thing. He's like, I don't care about hope or despair. Like, all of this is going to ruin my life. I have no future if I am ruled by this, because I either go by Hajime. Thank you, Wash. I appreciate that. I can never remember his fucking name. I don't know why. Also, how are you doing today? I'm just sitting here trying to buy time while my lunch cooks. But, like, he ends up rejecting the idea that hope or despair is a viable path, and he's just like, fucking leave me out of it. Like, either I'm going to be stuck in this loop, or I'm literally not going to exist. If I accept hope and despair as the only options, that's it. So, fuck it. I don't care. And his ultimate, like, realization is that, well, no, I can still hope to bring a future to reality that isn't hope or despair, and it kind of supersedes that. It's like, look, hope and despair are throwing me down paths that I don't agree with, so fuck it, I'm gonna make my own path. And it kind of turns the whole dichotomy on its head, because it's like, well, reducing it to just that is kind of reductive, and in certain circumstances, like in Danganronpa 2, isn't a good option. Granted, they still go down the route of hope, which is a bit inconsistent with that. Well, I mean, they go down the route of hope, but it's like, well, look, this is the only way we can have a future, and that is the option we choose for ourselves. Not because it inspires hope, but because it gives us a chance to make things better and to live our lives. And obviously Hajime makes a big sacrifice in that he kind of throws away who he is, but doesn't. Danganronpa's endings sometimes have, like, just this little bit of inconsistency where it's like, you could have just left that out. Sorry, but my English is not my first language, so I don't chat much. Oh, no, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But that brings me to this game, which has very much not been focusing on hope and despair. It's much been more about truth and lies. Specifically with a mechanic introduced where you lie during a trial, which is unthinkable compared to the last two games. And like it's kind of Persona 4-ish in terms of its, like, you can live with the lies and just live life, whatever, or you can face a hard truth and move forward. Now, and it doesn't quite do the whole, like, outright apathy thing, because there is a weird kind of dynamic here where not acknowledging the truth ends up with everyone being killed, which is a pretty big deal. But people within the game still kind of they still consider it in a lot of cases, because they end up in such a despairing situation that that, like, the idea that they could have just gone on without knowing is more appealing than feeling this pain. And so there is a similar, like, is it like, Shuichi is obviously going out for the truth, but every step of the way, a lot of people are like, dude, like, finding this stuff out sucks. But then they suddenly bring the hope and despair thing back into the picture, and I'm like, what does this have to do with the truth and despair? Because we haven't mapped that onto either of them at this point. So is this going to be like a... Is this going to be like an extra dimension on the whole alignment thing, or... I don't know. It just feels weird to me to swerve back to hope and despair, given everything that's happened in the game so far. Like, obviously, you know, this stuff has to do with Danganronpa, because it's a Danganronpa game. Shit was going to come up anyway. And it has come up very lightly, but it hasn't been the protagonist's struggle, which is the thing that I'm curious about. Yeah. Anyway, so I still have to wash some dishes, so this is going to be the start of the actual lunch break, so usually about half an hour or something, or no, 20 minutes or something like that. Yeah, we're going to take a lunch break, and after this, we're going to start the trial, which, I haven't talked to anyone about how long it is, but this seems like it's going to be long, because we do not have a whole lot of this the picture that's going on here. There is so much shit that we don't know the circumstances of how it happened. And there's also some weird, like, even I, who really think that Kokichi is in the mastermind and Kokichi is dead, even with that assumption, there's still things in this case that are inconsistent with that theory, and I'm really curious as to whether I'm wrong or I've missed something. But yeah, we'll find out soon. So, lunch break begins now, and I'll be back in a few. I usually do, like, talk during the lunch breaks, but, like, obviously it's not going to be... I'm not going to be doing any game things while I do that. I feel like eating and playing at the same time is probably not a good idea, but yeah. So, I will be right back. Alright, so that took a bit longer than I thought. But I have lunch now. I kind of wish, because I was thinking about what I said about all the thematic stuff that was happening in this game, and, like, I really wish, like, I'm really not good at expressing that on the fly. I wish I had more time to, like, pare that down and be a bit more, not specific, but a bit more focused in, what I was saying. Like, I was honestly thinking about doing, like, a blog, or, like, probably more like a video essay kind of thing, because that's a bit more popular than blogs at the moment. And I like that format a bit better. But I've really wanted to, like, stretch my, literature analysis legs again, and I feel like that kind of thing would be perfect for it. Maybe, I don't know. Like, video editing is something I am not good at. So, like, there's a whole subset of, there's a whole skill set that I'm really not great with, that I would need to be decent with to get that out in a timely fashion. Oh, I thought I muted that. Where the hell's Streamlabs? I also really need to make like a starting and ending stream scene, I think. Because actually starting the stream up without like all the camera and video going would give me some time to kind of like clearly show that the stream is starting, but it hasn't started yet, and B, give me some opportunities to like look at the bit rate and let it kind of settle if it ever gets if it ever starts fluctuating a lot. should do that this weekend, actually. That would be, probably be a good use of my time. Like, if I don't end up streaming, I'll probably do that. I don't know, I'm still... I'm still kind of torn on what to play next. Like, I'm... So from what I understand, Zero Escape is more point-and-click puzzles, or sorry, more abstracted puzzles than putting a case together, and I feel like I'm still in the mood for a putting the case together game, which would mean Ace Attorney. And I'm currently leaning towards that, but at the same time, like, I really like the tone of Zero Escape, or the tone I understand Zero Escape to have, I guess. Yeah. The thing is, I'm really not sure about, like, the structure of either of them. So, like, you know, is Ace Attorney, like, like, chapters, like, kind of Danganronpa? Are they the same kind of length? Would I divide them up the same way over a weekend? For Zero Escape, I know you generally play through that a number of times, but, like, how long does each of those go? Like, is it quick? Like, do they end up being quicker? Do the more complicated endings, or do some of the endings have, like, varied complexity, and do they take longer? Like, yeah, I don't know. But, like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to tackle it one way or another. I'm sure after, like, 1 or 2 sessions, it'll probably be clear how kind of it's paced. But thank God, I don't even know how I'm gonna pace, like, the last chapter of this game, because I would guess that it's probably gonna be a gigantic investigation and then a really long trial. So, like, do I split that over 2 days? Could I do that all tomorrow? Oh. Actually, if one of my mates, Doey, was here, I might be able to ask him, and I might even ask him, like, tomorrow. Although the problem is I've got stuff I need to do tomorrow. Because it's going to be shitty and raining today, so I can't really spend the whole day, playing through an entire chapter of Danganronpa. That would, that would end up causing problems, unfortunately. So maybe I do take the day off, actually. It's probably a better idea, honestly. Fuck, come on. Knives are getting dull. I'm sorry, I'm usually more talkative during a lunch break, but I'm actually, like, just... I think it's because we're coming up on the final chapter that I'm, like, second-guessing, like, everything I've known about the game so far. There's just a lot going through my head, and I don't know if I want to actually, like, vocalize any of it. Because some of it is very half-baked and not thought through. Shit, I should refill my water too. Not that I'll need it for the trial, but... Alright. Alright, I'm going to fill up my water, and then we will get back to the trial. Or rather, get onto the trial.